Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the most boring way to make profit in Path of Exile. This is a thing that's been around for a long time. There's a lot of videos out there already, but I wanted to show my information on it. I wanted to update a couple of the numbers here to just show how effective it is. We have some additional tools that we can use to price things that we haven't had in the past. So I just wanted to update with the most recent information for this strategy. Also, at time of recording, 3.21 Crucible League, it probably has never been more profitable. There are more sextants that are worth more than I think have ever been in the past. We have a very rich variety of strategies that people are running. So a very large number of sextants that you're going to hit are very, very profitable. The only real downside is this is not very fun. It's not hard. It is possibly the easiest strategy in the game, but it is ridiculously profitable. Not only is it just profitable no matter what, but if you get entirely bored of it and you just want to stop doing it, you can just sell off all of your supply and, just be out of it and go back to the rest of the game. Let's just get into the meat of it right away. What is the strategy? Why do you do it? Et cetera, et cetera. So this is rolling on your void stones to get sextants that then you can use surveyor's compasses, which you can buy for 1 chaos each from Kirak, to then pull them off as charged compasses that can be traded and then reapplied to void stones. What sextant modifiers do on your void stone is it modifies it with usually things like additional packs of monsters, guaranteeing certain content on the map, guaranteeing certain drops from bosses like Shaper or Conqueror maps. And what you can do is you can go to PoE right here. This is the elevated sextant. You can also go to Awakened Sextant right here. If you want to see all of the modifiers, click on the Sextant tab right here. And these are all of the mods that you can get. So it can do things like guaranteed that Scarabs drop, guarantee that you get Mirrors of Delirium, Sacred Grove, whatever. And there are some that are worth quite a bit of currency. One of the most popular ones that you can get right now is going for Enraged Strongboxes. As you can see, you get a guaranteed additional Strongbox. And the big thing here is 500% increased item quantity. So for the juicers, for the Magic Find characters especially, that are stacking a lot of item quant, they're running Winged Scarabs, they want to get all the value that they can out of that, this is basically like mandatory for modern Magic Find. Now in the right column right here, you can see the weighting of that sextant. So just like rolling for your gear, you spam that Chaos Orb, every modifier has a weight, which is the chance for that to show up. So for example, if there's a total weight of 1,000, and there's one modifier at 250 weight and one modifier at 750 weight, think of it as a weighted die. So you're rolling a die and there is 75% of the weight is on the bottom for hitting one of those two numbers, a coin, right? Imagine a coin that you're flipping that, 2 modifiers and one of them is weighted, right? It's for 75% more chance of hitting it. And that's basically what this is. Whenever something rolls, there's a weighting for that. Now, we don't really see this in this list here, but we do know that there is one mod group that you can block. Just like rolling on your gear, if you hit one life modifier, you can't have an additional life modifier if it has the same mod group. We do know that these two Shrine Sextants do share the same mod group. So by hitting one of the Shrine nodes, you're blocking the other one. So we can guarantee that block. As long as your Void Stones are allocated inside of your Atlas right here, when you have a specific Sextant on there of a mod group, we know there's basically just one mod group with the Shrines, another mod of that mod group or that exact same mod cannot show up again. So the idea is that we roll our Sextants on our Void Stones for blocking the most on 3 of them, and then we're spamming the 4th one and using the compasses to pull off the ones that have value. And that's the basic theory behind it. What I did is I copy pasted from PoE into a Google spreadsheet right here. And I wrote this cute little formula with a regular expression right here to extract the number of the weighting from the column right here. And then I added up the total weight of all of these for this guy right here. So this is for the regular sextants that you can roll, the regular awakened sextants that just drop from your maps. This has a total weight of 23,665. In the past, I actually double-checked Path of Math's video from over a year ago. There was a total weighting of about 18,500. So they have added a significant percentage to the weighting of the number of modifiers in here. However, that's okay because there are so many mods that are worth so much right now. I also did the same for elevated sextants. If you want to go big, if you really want to gamble, you can roll on elevated sextants. The nice thing is that the mod groups are the same. So you can use awakened sextants to block, and then you can use elevated sextants to roll that 4th one. You can't hit the same modifier that just happens to have the different number of uses. The other thing that is absolutely mandatory for doing this strategy is you must use Enduring Influence. This will go from 3 uses on a sextant up to 4 uses. So if you are rolling this, you need to use Enduring Influence right here to make sure that the sextants that you're rolling get an additional use. Same thing with elevated sextants, will go from 15 to 16 uses. So this is absolutely mandatory. People will not be searching for ones that have one fewer use. The other thing is the compasses will sell for sextants. So when you pull one of those compasses off of your void stone, you'll double check the price and you'll see that it's listed for like 8 or 10 or 15 sextants. So you're going to put sextants in and then sell them for more, and you're basically just making the sextant number go up. Did this on stream about a week ago for like 30 minutes, and I went from 300 sextants to 450. And at time of recording, in bulk, sextants are selling for 7 chaos per. That's also why red shrines are just better at time of recording by a lot. They're just the better altars to run, unless you're doing Magic Find right now. So basic idea is we are going to block, we're going to roll our sextants, we're going to pull off the good ones, sell them for more sextants, just acquire more and more and more, and then sell in bulk when we want to divest ourselves of the strategy. If you want to keep doing it, you can just sell off your profits and then keep going after that. And then just to show the contrast here, however, you'll see that we have 23,600 total weight in the awakened sextants, but if we go to the elevated sextants, there's only a total weight of 20,700. And then since Excellence Next is getting sunset, it is shutting down. Very sad. Thank you, Excellence Next. Spectacular tool. And since PoE Ninja also doesn't really show us compass prices, we are using this new tool here called PoE Stack. It's a pretty cool tool. This was actually my first usage of it. This is a good way to show us the prices of the sextants and why we do it. Now, these, unfortunately, we can't easily separate between looking at the elevated and the non-elevated ones. They do share some modifiers here, but you can see that if you hit a winged scarab on an elevated sextant, this sells for a lot. That's a 17 divine value. We do have to go down here a little bit to the slums to find the normies, but you can see that just a regular 4-use Enraged Strongbox is worth 174 chaos. You can see a 4-use yellow plant compass is 221 chaos, and you will be selling these for awakened sextants. Additional delirium reward is 175 chaos per. So anyway, there's a lot of these that are just worth a lot, right? So you put in one 7 chaos sextant, and then you can pull out something that is worth a good amount. I've done this a good amount in the past week, and it's very, very reliable profit at time of recording. I'm always just going to keep saying that, everything could change, but the foundation and the fundamentals of the strategy are always, always going to be sound. And then just to demonstrate what you're going to want to do for blocking is you want to have the 1,000 weight additional monsters: fire, cold, chaos, physical, lightning, whatever. Those are the very common ones that have 1,000 weight. So you want 2 of those. And then, as I said before, the 2 shrine modifiers share the same mod group. So that will give you a total of 1,000, 1,000, and 2,000 for a 4,000 block, leaving us with 19,600 total weight for what we're rolling on the 4th Void Stone. All right, luckily I had enough points in Standard. I was able to grab this. I originally rolled this without those points, so let's actually just roll these again with the points allocated. There's a Strongbox and Rage right there. All right, so we got Strongbox and Rage right away. That's great. So all we have to do is Surveyor's Compass, pull that off, and you can actually price check with Awakened PoE Trade. That's the name of the tool, Awakened PoE Trade. I can just press Control-D. It'll price it right on the Void Stone, and it'll tell me what it's worth. We can also just price check right on the Charged Compass. As you can see, this can sell for 31 to 32 Awakened Sextants. So you're going to just pull that off, sell it for that many sextants. Since those sextants are worth 6 to 7 chaos per, that is a gigantic profit just like that. Now I roll that again. Okay, unique item. I know the ones that aren't worth as much, but we'll go through the process. You also want to just kind of build a mental database of the ones that are worth more than others. And then you'll just be able to roll these really quickly and just, what to pull off. So we can see that I have the cold damage right here. I have the lightning damage right here. And then for the third one, right, I'm really rolling for a shrine node to make sure that I'm blocking that 2,000 weight. But I'm going to be looking at... Okay. All right, well, said. I mean, if there's any demonstration for how good that is, that's another 200 chaos profit right there. I'm in Standard, so I'm not actually making this money right now. I should be doing this in League. If you see it just worth a couple chaos, that's worth less than a sextant, right? So it's not really worth pulling off and trying to sell. So I'm just going back and forth in both of these. So there we go. Finally, we got a shrine node, but we got 64 sextants worth of additional, profit already, right? I've only used 29 sextants, and these ones will sell very, very quickly for 34 sextants, right? So we're already looking at 40 times 7 chaos profit so far. And that was just me trying to set up my, my blocks. All right, but now that we have the blocks, right, we got cold damage, fizz damage, lightning damage, and then, well, we don't care about that. We're going to roll over one of these, and then the resonating shrine. So I'm going to roll over this top one right here. And yep, you just want to, when you see a new one, you're not sure, price check it. Then, set up that mental database. Okay, no one cares about blight encounters. We know no one cares about that or that one. Einhar, nope, no one cares about Einhar. Keep going. And then, once you get used to it, okay, Beyond, I do know that Beyond sells for a little bit. 2 Awakened Sextants, not a lot, but you can recoup some costs. These will sell in bulk. So if you have like 10 of these, you can sell that for 20 Awakened Sextants, effectively doubling your profit, at least for when you hit that one. All right, Legion Encounter. This one I value myself personally. There we go. There's one for 6 Awakened Sextants. And then you just pull that off right there. And that's the general idea. You can just put these in a tab, price them, especially if you sell these in bulk, you can sell them for even more. And then, like I said, you can block with the same blockers and then roll on the elevated sextants and try to go really, really big. I'll do a little bit. I'm in standard, so I don't really care about these too much, but these are worth a lot more. Elevated sextants sell for 70 chaos per. They only drop from Maven. But if you hit something really big on them, it can be worth something. And almost all of them, because we get 16 uses, almost all of them will sell for something. It's just worth something to somebody because you can just toss it on for 16 maps. So I really recommend basically pulling off every single one if you're using the elevated sextants, selling them for 10, 20 chaos, making sure you recoup a little bit of that cost. But I'm in standard, so I'm just rolling over all of these. But you can see even the really crappy ones can sell for 15 to 20 chaos. And then let's just see if I can get lucky. Ooh, 16 uses on the Harbinger. Okay, there we go. That's worth a divine. Pretty cool. So, if you want to go for something bigger, you can just go for that and, find some more profits right there. And then the very last thing, this is actually very important. If you want to go between rolling your sextants and mapping, you don't want to waste sextants going for your block again, right? Like those are wasted sextants that don't have as much of a chance. You're trying to get those blocks set up again. So you could end up wasting, 20, 30, 40 sextants until you set up your block. So once you have that set up, you don't want to consume these when you want to go back to mapping, right? So just use these compasses, right? Pull off the crappy ones that you use for the block right here, right? So we have a lightning, we have a fizz, and we have resonating shrine right here. These are our blocking compasses. We can set these to the side, and then when we want to go back to rolling sextants, reapply those for another session. And then we can remove those, roll whatever sextants, go back to mapping, and then, go back and forth very easily without having to set up a block again. Anyway, that is basically the whole strategy. I recommend, if you're doing this, go to PoE Stack, double check the prices. This was recorded in 3.21 Crucible League, but you can do something like I did right here with a spreadsheet, extract the numbers, if the weighting changes or anything like that. But the big thing that you want to do as kind of like the leading indicator to know what something is worth is you can just go to currency right here, type in sextant, and you can just see the value of sextants right here. And this is obviously the non-bulk price. I was selling my awakened sextants for nearly 8 chaos per. I sold like 400 or 500 because I did this for 1 or 2 days and I just had so many. I was like, all right, it's time to realize some profits. Much like holding on to some like scam rug pull cryptocurrency or something. If you see that number go up a little bit and you're holding on to a lot of stock, realize those gains right away. That's a good rule of thumb for life anyway. Anyway, that's it for me today. I just wanted to have a very comprehensive sextant rolling video that's kind of updated for this league. I'll try to have up-to-date ones moving forward as, if there's any new information or anything like that. Anyway, that's it for me today. Thanks for watching. Thank you especially to all the patrons for all the support and the ideas for videos, and we'll have more coming very soon. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.